LGBTQ hockey players, including the first transgender professional hockey player, are applauding a controversial new policy mandating that some 40,000 hockey coaches and volunteers in Ontario teach kids as young as 5 years old about gender identity. As CityNews first revealed in an exclusive report yesterday, the rule is being monitored and enforced as of this season. Some say this is the kind of step that should have been taken years ago.
I've heard quite a lot of words that are kind of negatively used to describe gay people and members of the LGBT community, and me particularly, I experienced the hardest bullying in the dressing room, where I've been forced to, in certain situations, be dressed outside simply just because of who I am and who I love.
Adam Slobata grew up playing hockey, and he still does, with the Toronto Gay Hockey League.
Most people don't know how impactful their words are, and you can simply say something to someone and not think anything of it, but that individual will take it away and really internalize it, and that's something that's quite prevalent in hockey.
2014 Human Rights Tribunal of Ontario settlement with Hockey Canada aims to make hockey a more inclusive sport. Players can now change in the dressing room aligned with their gender identity. Players must be referred to by their preferred pronoun, and coaches and volunteers must discuss these issues with players in preseason chats. There have been concerns that volunteers may not be best equipped to handle these chats and subsequent questions.
Well, it's not so much the message, it's the delivery. As a parent, I'd be concerned about somebody who's genuinely a volunteer entering into dialogue with my child about sexual orientation. Again, I think there are better ways to distribute this message, and perhaps Hockey Canada should have professionals facilitate this rather than volunteers.
According to the Ontario Hockey Federation, volunteers must complete 2 45-minute-long online courses before these preseason chats.
I think 45 minutes, like I said, is a good start, but I think it has to go just beyond what happens in the dressing room, about coaches dealing with parents who may also not have that understanding and taking that lead step.
The Ontario Hockey Federation didn't respond to our questions about whether or not extended training is planned or if parents will be included in these preseason chats.
Hi, how's it going?
But Harrison Brown,
yes,
the first transgender professional hockey player, says it's a positive first step.
If you're being educated, if you're being proactive instead of reactive to somebody transgender coming onto your team, you've heard about them, you know kind of how to deal with them, you know generally what to expect. So I think it'll prepare coaches, I think it'll prepare teammates, and I think it'll prepare parents even more.
Brown played 3 seasons with the National Women's Hockey League.
It's great to see hockey moving in a progressive way. Hockey was my safe space, and I'm glad that it's going to be a safe space for even more people like me. So I'm looking forward to seeing just how much it progresses.
Egal Canada helped to develop the checklist and program for the Ontario Hockey Federation. They've also conducted inclusion training with the Canadian Olympic Committee, Sport North, and Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment.